It is time to detoxify and embrace the word management. This is a comment piece by Justine Barksby. Dr. Barksby is Associate Professor, Head of Division, Learning Disabilities and Mental Health, Leicester School of Nursing and Midwifery, Montford University. The audio is automated. Some find the transition to management demanding, and it can be even more challenging when that transition is internal. While there are advantages, such as already knowing the staff, it can present challenges when someone who was once part of the team is now managing it. This is something I've done twice, once while working in practice and more recently in higher education. One challenge could be existing friendships. The change in position can affect relationships. Some staff will treat you differently simply because of the new role you are in. Even if you do not wish the relationship to change, the other person may. For some staff, the transition from being peers to subordinate is understandably difficult. Some may expect favoritism towards the staff who you are friends with. The first time I stepped up, I was friends with a colleague. Let's call her Maggie. One day, another member of staff asked to speak to me privately. In the office, he said forcefully, "Lay off, Maggie." I replied, slightly shocked, "Sorry, what?" He replied, "We all know you are friends, and we know you won't treat her more favourably than the rest of us, but you are going too far the other way." Apparently, in my aim to not show favouritism, I was being mean to her, so try not to do that. Another challenge is changing the status quo. The first time I took over from a manager I liked and respected, but I always knew I would do things differently. The staff assumed it would be business as usual. I started to implement changes and was met with shock, more than the common phenomenon of resistance. One thing that helped is when I reminded myself that until recently, this was you. Only a few days ago, you were in the team you now manage. So treat them how you wanted to be treated. That may seem simple, but it is important. The team I manage are amazing, and that makes managing easier. A friend said, "You don't have to manage your team because of how good they are." My response was, "No, that's not true." Good staff still need managing, to keep them, to embrace their potential, to support them, to assist their growth, to channel their enthusiasm. It is the best kind of managing, but managing nonetheless. This interaction highlights one of the sad misconceptions about managing. It is not about disciplining people or catching people out. Managers are not the enemy of the staff, nor are the staff the enemy of the manager. This is an outdated and destructive view. Leach, 2019, explains there does seem to be a toxic view of management, and it is time to detoxify and embrace the word management. Managerial processes should be tools to support staff's development. The manager should be your ally, your advocate. You should be the voice of those you manage. Managers need to remember when we talk about staff, these are not some faceless collective entity. They are individual human beings. They have parents. They are parents. They have life partners. Treat people accordingly because the roles staff fulfill are more important than their jobs. Those roles are their life, and they impact on how well they can do the job we employ them to do. Many management theories make it seem complicated. To me, it is not. Just treat people with dignity and respect, and manage people how I want to be managed. Yes, address poor performance, but address the issue and do it with dignity. It should not be an attack on the person. I would want to know if I did something wrong, but not in a way that made me feel humiliated. The rest of the time, managers should be telling staff when they do well. Can we measure an effective manager? Sickness levels and staff turnover are easy to measure quantifiable performance indicators, but the qualitative data is more important. Staff feeling secure, feeling valued, feeling like they can be honest, being told they are doing a good job, feeling respected, feeling like things are fair. These are the factors that will improve sickness levels and turnover, so strive for this. Do I achieve this with the team I manage? You would have to ask them. But what I can promise to those people is that I always try to. If I fail, I am sorry, and it will never be deliberate. The full version of this article with references can be found at nursingtimes.net under the category Leadership, along with our AI search facility, Ask Nursing Times, which allows you to explore the subject further. Thank you for listening.